What is going on, everybody? And we are here for the ring high stakes. We are here with the prelims for today's main event of the evening. Mike versus Joshua, the rematch. In November, we saw a historic heavyweight battle go down, and we are about to see it go down for the second time tonight to see, was it just luck for Mike Tyson, or does Joshua Sanchez have one last trick up his bag? I'm joined by my commentary team. We got Bernardo Barnes, and we have the IBF middleweight champion Dan Bones in the booth with us today. You guys can say what's up for the fans.
What's up, big people?
What's good, boys?
Excited to get all this going to here. Bernard, tell us a little bit about our first fight of the night for the prelim schedule.
Our first fight is a prelim again of Benny Curtis against Mike Thompson, and I hope it's gonna be a banger. I don't know anything about these guys.
Dan, you too?
Yeah, I've got some. I can weigh in. Mike Thompson, he's a brilliant infighter. In my opinion, he's been getting better in every fight he's ever had. Benny Curtis, I've never seen him before, but with a 3-0 record, I know he's got something to prove, and I know he's gonna put on a show.
Absolutely. I'm excited to see this go down. We're about to get both these fighters are ready to go in the ring now. We are scheduled for a 4-round bout. Both fighters are getting readied up. I'll be, as usual, I won't be talking for a little bit for this first fight while making sure stream is all good, but we have our two commentators to take my place as we turn it back over to the main ring view for this first prelim bout.
Mike Thompson is about 5'6", but he's still a very powerful heavyweight. He seems small, but everyone thinks he's weak. But no, he is a strong guy. Don't get it wrong. He's strong for his size.
Benny Curtis is fast though. He looks way taller and way more muscular than Thompson.
Yeah, but Mike Thompson, he's one of the hardest workers in the game, in my opinion. You should see how he fights. No, not how he fights. I said that wrong. How he trains. Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I haven't seen him though, but he is throwing. Ooh, nice head.
Ooh, I like that.
Very fast for heavyweights, bro.
Mike Thompson, he's on the lighter side, which makes him a little bit, faster. But that also makes him more powerful because of how compact he is and how explosive he is then.
Yeah, man.
Benny Curtis really loves those straights though.
Ooh, a stun and a crazy hook. I mean,
nice combo from Mike.
Yeah, man. They're just going back and forth, trading and eating punches right now. Mike Thompson is not backing down.
Mike looks like he's trying to counter him, but in my opinion, Mike needs to start balancing his infighting game with a little bit of outboxing.
Yeah, man.
That's how you beat guys. That's how you beat guys like Benny Curtis who thrive in the pockets.
Yeah, man. Mike Thompson looks hurt this round.
It's a shame to see because you want people like Mike Thompson who are the
I'm not, bro.
Oh my God!
Benny Curtis, bro, with the first knockdown.
He is down. Benny Curtis might have something to prove tonight, and he is really showing it. Okay, come on.
Yeah,
Mike has to relax a little bit more. Mike has to relax a little bit more and get out of the pocket.
Yeah, Mike looks nervous now. I think he felt what Benny can throw.
Well, for any real fighter, any real fighter must be nervous for any kind of fights. Because
True.
From personal experience, people's legs could be shaking just as the bells ring.
Yeah. The nerves make you more careful. But Mike is just
In my opinion, Benny Curtis, he needs to start using that range more since he is the taller fighter.
Yeah.
Significantly Oh my God!
Oh my God, Mike Thompson.
By Mike Thompson.
He's throwing really heavy combinations, and they're
He's
fast.
throwing heavy combinations. I think he takes that from watching Daniel Bones a lot because he is his coach at the end of the day.
Bro, come on. No, but Mike Thompson is definitely fast, and I think he's trying to find his rhythm right now, and he's not doing too bad.
Both fighters are like one of the most eye-catching fighters in the preliminaries right now, in my opinion.
There's a lot of action right now.
If Benny Curtis wins this fight, I think we might be seeing him on the main card.
Yeah, man. But Benny looks way more tired than Mike is. He's starting to get slow.
Mike, I think he's looking to capitalize the time and go for that, and go for a heavy knockdown in the third. But as you can see, that oh my god,
big shots coming in.
But Mike is throwing massive shots and hooks. Oh my god!
How did?
Oh my Jesus!
Bro,
that's how you do it.
Benny ate a lot of shots before going down, though.
Mike Thompson, he might, if he wins this fight, I believe we could be seeing him on the main card. Any one of these fighters, actually, whoever wins this fight, I believe we could see them on the main card just by how they perform.
They're both equal now.
All right, Mike Thompson. It's still going in his favor, in my opinion. But Benny Curtis, unless Benny Curtis manages to knock him down this round, I believe we could be seeing a split decision draw for Mike Thompson.
Bro, like Benny is so fast and so agile for his weight.
It should be the other way around because Mike is the smaller man.
Yeah, man. Dang.
Preliminary fights in ring are more entertaining than the main card. Holy shit.
Damn, bro. They're trying to get a paycheck. Nah, Mike is just...
The paycheck of... These men are very desperate for their $900 prize fighter dollar check.
Exactly, bro. Benny's just shadow boxing.
Benny looks hurt, honestly. Benny looks like he's trying to get away from something.
Mike's been eating a lot of shots this round, but yeah, he is running from Mike. He probably felt his power out, and now he's just kind of scared.
If I could say something, I was watching back stream, making sure everything sounds good. Dan, I think you said preliminary fights on ring are often better than the main card, and I have to agree with that. They are often some of the most exciting fights that I see, and sometimes better than the main card or even the main event. Because
if anything, I remember losing thousands just on the preliminary fights because of how many people bet on them.
Absolutely, no, that's facts. But preliminary fights, I think the main reason for them being so entertaining is because there's so much less time. You only have 4 rounds, 2 minutes per round, so that leaves you with about 8 minutes to really work with. Way less than a main card fight, which is about an 8 to 10 rounder, and way less than a main event fight, which is 12 rounds now because of the new update. And you have a lot more time to work with. 12 times 2, 24 minutes if you want to take it the whole distance. So you have a lot more time. Prelim fights, if they want to move up to main card, they want to try to show me and try to show some of the guys in ring that they are really the main big deal.
Yeah, exactly. Because what happens in preliminary fights, because the fight is so short, these guys have like so much time to just go all out.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But what's interesting is when you take 2 fighters like this, what happens when you put them in the main card? Do they change up their fighting styles, or do they remain the exact same and don't really think about stamina?
That is another.
That's what interests me.
That is something that interests me too. Like, will these guys stay how they kind of are right now, or will they change it up, knowing that it's a little bit more different risks now once they go to the actual main card slot?
Yeah, who do you two have winning this match? In my opinion, I've got Mike Thompson. I've got Mike Thompson by unanimous decision.
Both fighters are looking really nice right now, but I think Mike Thompson might be getting a little bit more of the edge right now. But we are going to see.
Oh, Jesus!
You guys spoke too soon.
Heading into the final few seconds of round number 4.
Final few seconds.
Go all out. Benny wins. Benny, yes.
Benny Curtis by decision.
Taking
Jesus, I was
home
proved
the
wrong.
victory. Wow.
Yeah, Benny was up on my scorecards.
Wow. Oh.
That is how you do it, man. Benny Curtis making an amazing appearance right there. But Mike Thompson now, very down into deep waters. We may not see him on the next card. He has now 6 losses and only 4 wins. So that's going to be something to kind of differentiate as well. But we hope to see him come back. Benny Curtis, what do you guys think of that performance by him, man?
In my opinion, for me, Benny Curtis, he seems like a very smart fighter, in my opinion. Because you could see he likes to use that range a lot as he's the taller fighter. But man, if Benny isn't 6'2", we can only see him. It would be interesting to see him around someone his height. It would be interesting to see someone around his height.
Absolutely, man. Benny Curtis is a nice fighter. What division was that in again?
Heavyweight.
Heavyweight division. We already have. Talk to us a little bit about Satoru Goju, the interim WBC heavyweight champion right now.
Satoru Gojo, what is there to say about him? He's a veteran. Mm-hmm. So he knows a lot about this game, which I think actually gives him a good, how do I say this? A good advantage over the newcomers, because most of the time an old generation fighter could retire for like a year and he would be putting belt to ass on the newer guys.
Absolutely, that's definitely something that can definitely happen, especially with these with the old generation. Right now we are waiting for Nick Ball to get into the arena right now. We will be heading over to a quick intermission, but we'll be right back with more action. Alrighty, and we are now here getting ready for our next prelim bout. Alright, as we are now here getting ready for our next preliminary bout up here, we got Nick Ball versus Benedict Bradford, 4 rounds in the middleweight division. Excited to get this one going. Nick Ball, an undefeated prospect, fresh out of the amateurs with a perfect 3-0 record. Benedict Bradford, a seasoned veteran in the ring game. Let's see if his skills and his knowledge will kind of be able to take over the young prospect's mind. Round number 1, here we go.
All right, so Bernardo, can you tell me a little bit more about Nick Ball?
Yeah, Nick Ball is an undefeated prospect, having 3 wins, all coming by way of knockout and no losses. He's really agile. He's a tall fighter. I'd say more of an in-fighter. And on the other hand, we have Benedict Bradford, who is 3-2-2. How do you get 2 draws on your record? That's what I'm wondering.
I think that's actually a prize fighter record, because I've never seen another fighter with 2 draws on it. Oh my Jesus! Did you see that overhand from Nick Ball?
Whoa!
He's not. I told you, bro. This guy is so good at what he does. He's such a stand and bang fighter.
When I sparred Nick Ball one time, I thought he would just be some random public server fighter, but no, he is talented for himself. He is one of the most talented fighters out there.
No wonder.
You say so?
You know.
Yeah, I'd say so. Nick Ball, he's very talented as a fighter.
Ooh.
And he's putting belt to ass on Benedict Bradford. Jesus Christ.
Bro, he's throwing light combos that are so insane. It's crazy. Benedict can't even dodge. Benedict
has been put in the corner for 2 times right now in a row.
Yeah, man. He's just getting pushed back and he doesn't know where to run.
Ooh, this is what I think got him a draw against Nathan Nair. He doesn't quite know how to handle pressure like that. He doesn't quite know how to handle pressure.
Nick Ball is just absolute.
Knocked on by Nick Ball. Jeez.
This is pure domination right now by Nick Ball.
Nick Ball is so good at those overhands. He times them so well and they always land.
Nice 3-punch combination by Benedict Bradford backing up Ball, but that knockdown is going to stain this round, giving it 10-8 for Nick Ball.
Yes, sir.
Benedict Bradford just landed a big lights combo, but it didn't seem to do much to Nick Ball, as he is still pressuring.
Maybe Benedict is finding his rhythm right now. Let's see what this round brings. Maybe Benedict.
This round, I don't expect it to be much different from the first, since we already know.
Yeah.
Since we already saw what Nick Ball did to Benedict in that first round, I believe we can see the exact same outcome in this one.
Yeah, man. Benedict is just throwing light combinations that seem to land on Nick Ball's jaw.
But they don't seem to be very powerful, since Nick Ball keeps tanking through them.
He's just walking forward. The man does not care.
As I said, Nick Ball, he's a really talented fighter. He's a dangerous guy as well. Imagine what he would be like with just a couple months more of experience. I believe we could see him in top 5 or 3 in his division.
And he's taller than you, bro. The man is like, what is his height?
I'm 5'11". That's not an accomplishment.
You're 5'11"? Damn.
Yeah, I'm 5'11".
What is his height? Nick Ball is 6'2".
He must. Nick Ball is 6'2". Oh my, jeez, no wonder he's big.
Yeah, man. I missed hook by Nick Ball. And it seems like Benedict has my scorecards for this round, but let's see what Nick Ball can do about that. Yeah. Yeah, man, but it seems like Nick Ball cannot do. Ooh, I just wanted to say a very competitive round by both competitors. Nick Ball's on.
If anything, that was a large
nice combinations right now.
But
heading into round number 3.
That was ended quickly by Benedict Bradford's hug.
Yes. And I will say Benedict Bradford's coming off a decision loss to Dante Evans and has 2 draws to his record. Nick Ball stopping every opponent so far. We are at the halfway mark of this fight. Will Nick Ball close the show and boost up his undefeated knockout streak to 4 wins? Or will this be his first fight that he goes to the decision?
I believe if Nick Ball goes a little bit harder and tries to actually break down Benedict Bradford's guard and hit him as hard as he possibly can, it could end in a KO. But no, I see this as for now, how he's fighting, I see this as a decision for Nick Ball. Holy crap.
Nick Ball looks visibly hurt.
As soon as I was talking, oh my goodness.
Benedict
as soon as I was talking about how I thought Nick Ball would win, in a knockout nonetheless.
Nick Ball might go down.
Nick Ball's up against the ropes! Oh my god!
Oh my gosh. Nick Ball going down for the first time tonight, and this is the first time Nick Ball has been knocked down in his career.
Benedict is definitely a seasoned veteran.
That's what happens. The prospect gets way too eager. They get too comfortable out there. They're not pacing themselves. For all I know, Nick Ball's stamina could be completely drained by this round 4 if he's not careful.
Yeah, man. And it seems like Benedict has shifted the pace towards him.
Benedict looks like he's gotten used to Nick Ball after that very first and second round. Now I think he knows what he has to do in order to close his fights.
Yeah, he's adapting to Nick Ball's style, and it seems like it's working.
But man, Nick Ball, he does seem like the more powerful and explosive fighter in my opinion.
True.
Plus Benedict Bradford, he seems like the more technical one. As we are now heading into the last round of this fight.
As of now,
both fighters don't really seem to be changing up much from the first round.
Yeah. But as of now, Benedict is up on the scorecards. With the
That's really surprising because I thought. That's very surprising because I thought that as soon as this fight began, I thought this would be a one-sided domination by Nick Ball, but no, I was severely overestimated.
He got
under it.
he got an early knockdown, and he probably felt too comfortable, and Benedict prioritized that against him. I don't know, man. This is just wild. Benedict has completely shifted the pace, and he's up on the scorecards.
This
Let's
is.
see.
Turns out Nick Ball might not be as powerful as we thought, since he only got one knockdown. That was in the second round, right?
Guys, if I can
wasn't
ask,
it the first?
yeah, I think it was the first. It was the first. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, first, and that was 3 rounds ago. So Nick Ball, he might have to rely on pure technique. But for guys that are really powerful, they usually believe that power can fix about 45% of their technique. But that doesn't seem to be the case when they go up against a guy with much higher level technique than them. And that's what this fight looks like.
Let me open up chat to see what everyone's been saying.
Nick Ball is like visibly hurt right now. He's shaking with a black eye forming on his left eye.
We might have to get a doctor.
Heading into the final 10 seconds of round number 4. Let's see how this fight plays out.
Benedict.
Oh!
What? No. What?
I might see a robbery. That might have been a robbery by the AI judges.
Do we think a robbery got happened here? Nick Ball taking home the victory over Benedict Bradford.
I can see a very big chance for an appeal from Benedict Bradford.
Yes, that was a good fight though, man. But definitely we definitely may be seeing an appeal from Benedict Bradford later on. I know he already has an appeal open right now for one of his draws. I think we might see a second one happen for this fight right here. Who do we have next up, Bernardo?
Next up we have Kareem Jean against Devin Haney.
Kareem Jean versus Devin Haney. This is something I want. It's something I'm excited to see. Devin Haney. All right, guys, come on, everyone up in here. Let's talk about Devin the Dream Haney up here. We have a lot to say about him. Devin Haney came into the ring recently during the break. Got it through the amateurs in a flash. Was reported back to me by my amateur host that he is something and someone to look out for. I've been hearing a lot about people, and he's been talking the most, exclusively very much to Romero. Been trying to spark something up. Originally there was rumors that they would be fighting, but those rumors got diminished after the cards were sent out come Wednesday night. What are your guys' thoughts on Mr. Devin Haney?
In my opinion, Devin Haney, I haven't seen much of him fighting, but from just how he promotes his fights and how he promotes his fights and what he does with his opponents, I believe he knows how to hype his fights up. The other weekend, he was telling me about how he was training, what he was doing to promote his fights. He is a dangerous man if you put him in the right wing. Right. You will be embarrassed to death if you lose to him, because if you lose to Devin Haney, you can expect a massive clowning to come your way.
Man, Devin is just a loudmouth. Nothing else I can say. Not a bad thing though.
However, in my opinion, one fighter who I think has a lot of potential in ring is Kareem Jean. Kareem Jean, that man has footwork. He has footwork. Most skills he recently got was from newly found training camp by Daniel and Khabib Bones Boxing. He picked up a lot of stuff there. So I believe since his last fight with, what was it, Conor Lawler, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
And with Conor Lawler, he's picked up a lot more knowledge, and I believe we will see that in this fight with Devin the Dream Haney.
I'm excited to see this one get on. It seems like a lot of commotion. I mean, what are your guys' thoughts about Devin Haney and the Rolly Romero beef?
It's funny.
it's one of the greatest beefs I've ever seen in Price Order. I'll tell you that much.
Very much so. You think so, man? I think it's definitely been getting riled up. What's up?
You know something? I nearly cried when he wasn't booked. When that fight wasn't booked on the card. I nearly cried.
A lot of people thought this fight would be booked on the card. The matchmakers had thought otherwise. So we do hope to see this fight possibly happen in a future event, though, nonetheless. But
is there perchance winner gets a fight with Raleigh? Perchance?
That may be something the matchmakers need to look into. This fight could definitely set the precedent for what could be the future for Devin Haney. If he can, because he can talk a lot, but he has to be able to win his fights if he wants to get the money fights that he wants to have. So let's see what type of performance he can pull off here as we are about to get ready for this fight. Both fighters are in the ring and ready to go. Let's get this party started.
An interesting fact about what's his name, Devin Haney. His coach is Danny, the potentially greatest prize fighter of all time. So we may be seeing some high-level boxing in this fight.
Round number 1, we are getting started up here. Haney versus Gene. Round number 1, here we go. We got Gene in the samurai trunks, and we got Haney in the white trunks with the black belt. I like the shoes. I like the shoes from Haney. I don't see that often. It's always usually matching. Same from Gene. We got the white shoes. I like when it's not just the whole fighter kit, especially in prize fighter when it gives you the option to have the whole kit. I like when people mix and match it up and kind of be a little bit different. It always kind of seems fun to me.
The thing about Kareem Jean, his fight kit doesn't seem very flashy, which is kind of respectable in a way if you think about it.
Yes.
Humble, bro.
In fact, sometimes if you have the right fight kit that you've been sticking to since you started playing, it usually makes you better as you're more comfortable. I know that from personal experience.
What, bro?
Yeah. I mean, I've seen your fight kits. They look nice. They look nice for sure.
I've stuck in with it since 2024. But as I see with both these fighters, they both seem they like their range. Kareem Jean, he's not going too much on the back foot like he did with Conor Lawler, but that's because Devin Haney doesn't put as much pressure. But that's because I believe he has something else in mind.
Dan, you said who was Devin Haney's coach?
Danny.
Oh my days, bro.
Exactly.
Do y'all think it's over? Y'all think it's over before it even got started?
So can someone book a funeral for Kareem Jean? I've got the funds.
We are already seeing that this fight may not go to plan for Mr. Jean, trained by considered the greatest of all time, Ricardo Hernandez. Devin Haney here taking it slow for round number 1 as we're heading into the second round.
I believe we may be seeing more explosive shots being landed in the third or second, because most fighters, if they're playing smart, they love to take it soft in the first round to see how their opponents feel, and then start to put the belts on them. But with a preliminary fight like this, where the fights are only 4 rounds, I believe we may be seeing that now. Holy shit, I was right.
Devin Haney being stunned now, being thrown back into the ropes.
Man, never doubt Kareem Jean.
Well, hey, guys, I guess he does resemble the IRL Haney. He is very chinny to the left hand.
Oh my god, bro.
To the left hand. He is very chinny. That's something I'm seeing right now from Mr. Haney. Cannot take that shot.
Well, to be fair, that was a pretty big hook. You can't deny that.
It was a pretty big hook, man. So, that was 2. That was 2. Devin Haney's chin is maybe not up to par with what it needs to be at right now.
I know for a fact that Danny is not looking at the screen very pleased right now.
Not at all. Devin Haney taking a big fall right there. The first knockdown of his career and the first knockdown of this fight.
Kareem Jean may have taken advice from Ryan Garcia, because those are heavy ass punches for what he did with Devin Haney.
Devin Haney was not able to take that punch at all. But let's see if he's able to make a comeback here.
Knowing Kareem Jean, I believe his plan is to get 1 knockdown per round, and that's how he wins. Knowing Kareem Jean. Which sometimes works out, but sometimes it easily backfires.
Yes, easily.
But these fighters seem like they like to play it calm. Devin Haney tried putting a little bit of pressure on there in the last few seconds, but it was obviously too late.
Do we see does Devin have power? That's a real question. Does Devin have power per chance?
His name is Devin Haney for a reason, I guess.
Bro.
Oh man. This is it's not looking good. Devin already being dropped. He's now down. And let me remind you guys, it's a 4-rounder. A 10-8 on the scorecards means 2 rounds that you've just lost. And right now, it's not looking good.
Devin is getting hit.
Kareem Jeans needs to be landing the heavier shots, though.
Yeah, man.
Kareem's landing the heavier shots. Kareem's getting the precision down. I like the fight kid too. So Kareem is just being very much more technical. I think Haney's starting to get a little bit nervous because a loss here would kind of disrupt what he's kind of planning to do in the future. Yeah, and he is one of the most hyped up prospects right now. Kareem Jean coming off a win against. Let me make sure.
Conor Lawler. Conor Lawler.
Yes, Kareem Jean coming fresh off a knockout win against Conor Lawler in round 8. Devin Haney, one of the most. Kareem's. Oh, Haney hurt again.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
From Kareem Jean.
Haney's being backed up again.
They're not hugging now. Smart choice. But Devin Haney is getting pushed into the ropes. Maybe getting pushed into a corner. We may see a knockdown. Incoming.
We have a clinch right now from Jean. Haney pushes him off of him. This is not looking good right now whatsoever for Mr. Devin Haney.
Nah, bro.
Oh, a 3-punch combination by Derek.
To the ropes now. Perhaps this could reverse. This could turn the tables. As
heading to the final 10 seconds
the one on the ropes
of round number 3. Can Kareem Jean stay alive?
I believe he can. I believe he can.
Got it.
I've already got that. That round is definitely gone to Kareem Jean.
That round is Kareem Jean's. I agree.
This is not looking good so far. I think Haney. No. Listen, guys. If I'm in Haney's corner, I'm saying you're losing right now. You need a knockout to win or a knockdown to at least draw this whole thing up. Oh my gosh! Y'all saw how far this dude went back.
Benavidez should have done that against Gail Ross, bro.
Yeah, but instead
could have jumped off him.
Yeah, instead I don't know what.
Let's not talk about the sexual assault incident, please.
Let's not talk about that incident at all, man. Oh my goodness.
Gail Ross was so fucking weird for doing that pedo kiss, though. Jesus.
Oh my god, bro.
A minute to go in round number 4 so far. Haney is just not able to get close. Whenever he tries to get close to Jean is just able to hit him with that jab 1-2 and get the distance off of him. You see right there, another jab 1-2.
Jean knows that he's up on the scorecard, so he's trying to make it a 10-10 round.
Kareem Jean might be winning this by decision, but Devin Haney, with his level of skill that he was taught by Danny, he could reverse the fight, but that would take a lot to do it, especially at this point in the fight.
It would take a lot to do.
Oh my god. Kareem is just so fast, and his hooks are just amazing, bro.
This is not looking good for Mr. Haney. I'm honestly very worried for him on the scorecards. And since it's over, it is over. Haney needs a knockout to win. Haney needs a knockout to win. Jean has all 4 rounds because of the 2 10-8 rounds. If Haney does not score a knockout, he has lost this fight officially.
Do you remember at the start of the fight, I said we may have to call book a funeral for Kareem Jean?
Yes.
I think we might have to reschedule for Devin Haney now.
I think so.
Kareem is training with Joshua Sanchez.
This fight is over. Kareem Jean boosting his record up to 5 wins, 1 defeat. Devin Haney receiving his first professional loss in his first professional fight. That is wow. That is very disappointing work by the prospect, man. We had very high expectations for the prospect heading into this, and he has received his first loss just like that. What a weight.
Man,
And I think,
really did.
Mhm.
I did think Devin Haney would put on a lot bigger show by the way he was talking. But this really proves that you can't decide another man's skill based on the way they talk. Because that was an embarrassing performance by Devin Haney.
Was an embarrassing performance. We hope to see Devin Haney back in action soon, but that loss has definitely kind of put him down on everyone's hype train a little bit. But dang, that is definitely not something you want to do, especially trying to become, especially in ring, very toxic. If you talk a lot, you better be able to back it up. That's one thing for certain. And today he was just not able to pack it up. I think all the attention he had was focused towards Romero, who he wasn't even fighting. And then this performance just showed that maybe he should have focused a little bit more time on Kareem Jean instead.
Speaking of which, I believe it may be a good idea to give Kareem Jean the Rolly Romero fight instead.
Kareem Jean might get the Roy Romero fight instead. That might be true. But Roy Romero is, I think Roy Romero right now. Yep, actually, my bad. This fight, he is fighting at the featherweight to 126 level, but he is an official welterweight, which he probably will be moving back up and gaining weight for as we get this whole thing situated. But yeah, definitely brought his stock down a decent bit here. As we're getting ready for our next prelim fight, we got Max Payne versus Alex Finley. We are all ready to go. Let's get this started up here. The second to last fight on the prelim schedule. Thank you, everyone. We have reached, dang, over 20 people watching the preliminary stream just right now.
Dang, bro.
That's a lot of people.
That's some pretty big numbers.
Pretty big people.
I think my father may be one of them as well.
Shout out to your father for checking out the ring as we're about to get ready for this next prelim bout. Max Payne versus Alex Finley. What do we have to know about them?
Well, Max Payne, he's a fighter that promotes the training camp Bones Boxing, and just from my personal experience of seeing how he fights and really just how he does his stuff, I believe we could be seeing a very entertaining fight on our hands. The same exact stuff of Alex Finley. He may not be the most powerful whatnots, but he's very technical for a guy that's still in the prelims.
Yeah, man. Alex is just a super fast fighter that can change from front foot to back foot at any time, and watching him fight is actually really amazing from what I've seen. He fought on the last card I commentated on, so he had a good fight. Who was it against, though? Yeah, he fought Kai Sears, which he lost him, but he performed pretty decent in my opinion. Right now they're just gonna trade blows, but Alex is really hurt. Danny, what can you say about Max Payne?
Max Payne, if he just has a lot more training and a lot more, I believe he could break into the top 5 and top 3 in his division.
Oh
Jesus
my God.
Christ, that just proved me right. That just proved me right. Holy crap! That couldn't have been better timing. My goodness gracious! A knockdown from Max Payne. Alex Finley has to play this more carefully, or else this could end in a knockout.
Absolutely.
Nearly the whole preliminary fight.
Good. What's up?
Nearly all the preliminary fights have been ending in decisions. That's new.
That's actually very new, especially in prize fighter, most fights end by knockout. So that's actually pretty surprising to see that decisions have been kind of the new cliche that's been going around for this card. I mean, this is arguably one of the biggest cards in 2026 to open up the year. We got Mike Tyson, Joshua Sanchez. Let's look at the card a little bit. Co-main event, we have Khabib Bowens taking on Gene Tunney. Then we have main card, we got Eaton Steele taking on Kane Cruz for the interim IBF championship. Then we have Ashton versus Michael Graham, and then Dakeem Moses versus Jay Soda. So a pretty decent stat card. We were supposed to have Hanson Rose versus Kanoa Sinclair on the co-main for a unification bout, But Kanoa Sinclair is out of the country right now, and we hope to see him back soon, and that can hopefully be
Finley is
rescheduled
hurt.
when he's back. Finley is backed up against the ropes right now.
What is that head movement, bro?
Yeah,
What?
that head.
Stop
Beautiful.
it!
Stop facing. Oh
No! Oh shit!
A big right hand.
Or did Max Payne just get stunned?
He
Max
did,
Payne
bro.
did just get stunned.
I told you, Alex Finley is unpredictable. He just throws overhands at any time.
Unpredictability right here, man.
Alex Payne loves to throw very unpredictable shots like overhands, but that's also what could lead him to failure due to tons of stamina loss.
Easily could lead to failure.
In my opinion, what Max Payne needs to do right now, he needs to pressure Alex Finley, balance his heavies with lights, and then he wins. That's how Max Payne wins this.
Absolutely, I think I agree with you heavily on that.
Ooh, Alex is hurt, really hurt. We see a cut underneath Alex Finley's right eye right now. Where's that, a black eye? Yeah, he's been taking a lot of punches to the head.
Too many punches to the head, man.
Yeah, man.
Round number 3.
Yeah, these exchanges are just amazing to watch, and they're so unpredictable. Like, if I was in the ring right now, I think I'd, like, pop a hip or something, bro. I don't know, man.
My brother in Christ.
Bro, I twist my ankle. I don't know, man.
Too much stuff going on for you, man. Bernardo, I mean, you saying this as a champion, man. You're supposed to be ready 24/7, man.
Hey, man, I'm just saying.
Come on, Bernardo is not in fighting age right now. He's not
Yes,
fighting age
yes.
right now.
Yeah,
Everybody be
I'm
aware.
old.
Bernardo is getting older.
Yeah, man, I'm really old right now. I mean,
no.
look, from
Just
what I can say.
In fact, just 2 days ago, Bernardo was texting me about ordering him pudding.
Wait, what?
I don't think Bernardo Barnes was aware of this, but let's just roll with it.
I don't know. But maybe it's like my dementia or something. I don't know, man.
Yeah, I think it's your dementia, Bernardo. But I'm almost positive that I think I'm pretty positive that you ordered pudding. I don't think just because you don't remember it doesn't mean that it happened.
And I think my opinion from where that dementia may come from is from this huge overhand Alex Finley might have just landed.
Oh my god. Look, man, from what I was saying again, most amateur fighters, they are so unpredictable, it's crazy. Most good fighters, they have combos that they use, and you can read them, and it's way more calm. Over here, they're throwing such weird punch combinations, you can't read it.
Absolutely.
I think Dan Bones can agree with me.
Yeah, I can. Both of these fighters are. You can't really decide who's the favorites in this because, honestly, both of them are the underdog.
Oh my
Both of them
god.
are the underdog.
Both of them.
My goodness.
Max is hurt.
But if you were to ask me, Max Payne is the underdog. Alex Finley is the under puppy, in my opinion.
Oh my god.
Lord. These amateur fights go back. These amateur fights, not amateurs, my bad. These prelim fights go back so quickly. Like I didn't even know it was already round number 4, man.
Ooh, a big mistake by Alex.
Thanks to everyone. We've reached 100 views so far on the stream. We will be after.
Jeez!
Boom!
Knocked down by Max Payne.
Shakalaka, just like that. Finley going down. I think this is the first. No, this is the second knockdown of the fight, isn't it?
Yes, sir. And Max Payne.
Wait. Is this Finley's second time on the canvas?
Yes, second time on the canvas.
So he needs a knockout to win once again.
Yamari, remember last card, Adrian Carter versus Kaden Sakayori? We commentated on Alex Finley that he just shadow boxes. He throws overhands when he doesn't need them.
And we see right there, that's what comes back to bite him.
Yeah, man. Ooh, but Max Payne looks hurt here right now. Yeah. With a black eye on his left eye, bro.
It's not looking good
Alex
for Max
Smith.
Payne.
Trading heavy blows right now, bro.
This could either end in a very late knockdown by Max Payne, or this could end in a decision in Max Payne's favor.
Oh my god.
Ooh. Okay.
Alex Finley just shows up in the last rounds. Are you joking me? What is that chin? What is that chin? Bro, this man has a galvanized steel square chin, I swear to God. What? How is he still standing, bro?
We see Bernardo Barnes is just in shock by this
I'm
chin work.
not becoming any.
Oh!
That was right.
Oh my God, bro.
Change my mind what I said.
Lord have mercy. Let's see. Can he close the show? Max Payne has 10 seconds to close it out. Or, I mean, Finley has 10 seconds to close it out. Will he be able to do so? I don't think so. I think Max Payne.
We might see a Max Holloway Justin Gaethje type knockdown in Max Payne's favor.
Yeah, can we? Can we? They're rolling it out. Oh! Not enough time. Just not enough time. Just not enough time. Wow, Max Payne.
Man, that might have been the most entertaining fight so far.
That what if he just had a few more seconds, that might have been what you just called out to have happen. Wow. Well,
yeah, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is how you do it here. And I think we are now going to get...
Alex Finley lost that fight. Even though Alex Finley lost that fight, we can definitely say he's still got a lot of potential.
Oh, no, absolutely. Definitely a lot of potential right now, man. Alex Finley, definitely a lot of potential. I don't think that loss really is too hurtful for him, man. So I'm excited to kind of see what he kind of has to show, though, especially in the future. Alex Finley, I don't think that was too bad of a loss. So let's see what we can kind of see, if what he'll be able to bring. But next up, we have our prelim headliner. Talk to us a little bit, Bernardo. What do you have for this? And talk to the fans about this prelim.
Yeah, man, this prelim is just weird. We have Rolly Romero, who is just allowed now. If he talks a lot, he's confident in himself, and he has a record of 3-0 with 3 knockouts. And on the other side of him, we have Draco Luther, who is coming off a loss, but he does have 3 wins with 3 knockouts. This man talks even more than Rolly Romero. I promise you. This man talks a lot, so let's see if his mouth can, you know, prove his actions. Yeah, man.
Absolutely. So we have Rolly Romero versus Draco Luther. Draco Luther's last fight in the ring. I'm pretty sure his last fight was against you guys remember? I forgot.
Draco Luther's?
Yes. Let's see, actually. I'm pretty sure it's against Carl Cortez. Yes. Draco Luther. Kanoa Sinclair was being hyped up. Draco Luther was pretty much the past David Haney hyped up against was hyping himself up for the whole card. It was the same thing.
Yeah, man.
The ring took a little bit of a break, and then got back with the Shakur Stevenson versus Lana Rose first event in 2026 to open up Prize Fighter. He was on the opening main card against Kanoa Sinclair and got knocked out and decided to take a quick break from boxing, shortly announcing his retirement, but then unannouncing his retirement and coming back to the ring for more action. So we're going to see if he's able to kind of see what he's been, working on since he has been away, and has that ring rust kind of killed him or not.
Yeah, man. All right, let's start this.
Let's get this party started for 6 rounds in the featherweight division. I like the style that we got going on here too, man. We got black versus white. No racism, but it's cool. I like it.
Yeah,
man.
don't say it like that. Don't
say. Let me not say it like that, man. Let me not say it like that. But yeah, I like the kind of like Jedi type of mindset that we kind of have going on here. But let's get this party started. Round number 1, Luther versus Romero.
First of all, we've got the most half-liked, half-disliked fighter in prize fighter history, Draco Luther. I see half the people talk shit about him, half the people talk nicely about him. So I don't quite know what to say about Draco Luther.
Bro, the man said that he would beat me before his loss. He said he'd get my belt. The man talks way too much. And yeah, man.
Rolly Romero, he's not a bad fighter. People mistake him as a bad fighter, but he is definitely, he's depending on how good the opponent is, he can sometimes back up all the talking he does.
But has he fought anyone elite? That's my question.
Well, yeah, he is still in the prelims, so we can't give him that yet. He just taunts Draco Luthor.
Romero taunting a little bit.
I told you guys, they're both big mouths.
I don't quite know who to cheer for in this fight, honestly.
I'm not cheering for either one of them, but let's go, boys.
Just taunts again. This could end. If Rolly Romero keeps doing that, there could be a big shot coming by Draco Luthor, and he could knock down Rolly Romero.
Because Broly not doing anything right now. I don't think he's landing.
And in fact, Rolly Romero is doing a good job putting that pressure on Draco Luthor.
At the same time, he is eating a lot of shots right now, though. So we'll see if those affect him later. Draco is just backfooting.
Drake, run more, Rolly Romero taunts whilst raising his hands. Rolly Romero seems to be getting quite annoyed as well.
Yeah, man.
That might be the 5th or 6th time that Rolly Romero is taunted. Does he deserve less respect for this?
I don't know, man, but Draco is just trying to point fight at this point.
Yeah, those type of fighters usually never make it that far unless they're really high level. If Draco Luthor keeps the point fighting up, he may end up like Leon Edwards from the UFC.
Yeah, man.
However, from how the fight is pacing, I can see a decision win by Rolly Romero.
Draco is just abusing every weak link that Rolly has.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the body work is pretty decent, I'd say. Yeah, he's just gassing Rolly out. And
yeah, Rolly's not looking too. Luthor is looking very sharp here, and I'm gonna say as well.
It would be quite funny if Luthor put a taunt back to Rolly in response to the past taunts that Rolly was doing in round 1.
Yeah,
it would be funny to see. And we are here live on ReZone as we're about to switch over to the main card stream after this performance. Be waiting while we are nice right hand by Rolly. While we were in the intermission switching to the main card section of today's event, we will be having our fan zones posted, so make sure to check them out and vote for your main card predictions that will be showing up here on stream.
They're just trading 1-2s. Literally, that's all they're doing right now.
Yeah, I see that too.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing because they're both still active, but this is not the Draco I know. Usually the man just rushes in and gets a... Ooh!
Oh! Maybe you spoke way too soon. 10 seconds to go. Yeah, Rolly is down.
Usually Draco is the aggressor, and now he's just backfooting and trying to get points, but Rolly is just abusing it, and he got a knockdown because of it.
Absolutely. Round number 3. And guys, I kind of want to ask you guys a little bit about something. You know, we have a little promotions war going on here with the arrival of Top Rank. I know, Bernardo, you are a co-owner with Soul Hearn on Matchroom Promotions. What are your thoughts about Top Rank?
Honestly, it's just nice to have another promoter working with us, and trust me, we are going to make some bangers. They're going to make some bangers, and the league is just going to get even more active. So there's no minuses for anyone.
We have Top Rank signing so far. If we take a look, Khabib Bones, Shakur Stevenson, Carl Cortez, Jair Ryan,
7th knockdown by seventh taunts by Rolly. Jesus.
You counting?
Yeah,
You're counting?
Yeah, I'm counting.
Oh Lord, Rolly just does not know how to stop taunting.
It's not hard to not count.
It's not hard to not count. But Bernardo, I was also gonna ask, what are your kind of feelings from Shakur Stevenson dropping out of Matchroom to sign with Coda at Top Rank?
Honestly, it's definitely kind of sad, seeing as he is a big star, but I support his decision. I don't have anything against him, and I hope he does well in Top Rank. And if he ever needs, Daddy's always home. He can come back.
Excited to see it, man.
At least now that Khabib Bones has left Matchroom, we all know who in Matchroom has the biggest bone.
Yeah, man.
That
is crazy.
That is crazy. Thanks. I also got my man, the legend Brady Ashford was gonna be up on here. He'll be heard a little bit more in the main card segment of today's event. 10 seconds to go in round number 3.
Yo, what's the password?
It's posted in announcements, but you don't have to join. It's about to be over pretty soon in 3 rounds. So.
Okay, yeah. Let me know.
Not 4 rounds.
Let me know when the main card starts.
Yeah, I got
All
you.
right.
I am shocked to see that there has been no knockouts so recently.
Yeah, man, but they're both staying active, both just pressuring each other and
I
landing.
think every single prelim fight has went to a decision.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
No
every
knock-
single one. That's shocking.
That's actually shocking. This is like so uncommon. I don't know if Lua maybe has done some tweaks. But I don't know if Lua has done some tweaks or something, but it's very uncommon to see fights go to a decision. I remember one event I was hosting earlier in the early ring days. I think only 2 fights went to a decision. That card.
Damn.
No, and there was a time in ring where I was talking with people like suplexing and Lua, and I'm like, man, in the past
9 taunts by Raleigh Romero.
in the past 5 events I've done, there's only been 2 decision fights. That's how rare. That's how rare it was. Now we've had 1, 2, 3, 4 fights go to decision. This could potentially be the 5th in a row, the highest streak that we've ever seen.
Let's see, maybe one of them will break the curse. Yeah, man, they're just trading fast combos, and neither are doing a lot to the other. Yeah, Draco's starting to get more aggressive as well. He was aggressive before his loss. Right now, I don't see the same Draco I used to. That man was taunting every second. That man was like just wailing on his opponents and dominating them. But now
Yes.
he's just
Now
eating Romero's punches.
he's a shadow of his former self.
Yeah, man. Well, maybe the decision merchant life, maybe it'll pay off for him.
Ooh.
Big hand
Fast
right there.
man.
Heading into the 5th
I
round.
thought that was Raleigh Romero is getting irritated as he says, "Run some more." How can?
Yeah.
Here's a good question for all commentators. How does someone mistake running for being a back footer? What is the difference?
That's a very big discrepancy, and I'm gonna take this to even actual true boxing IRL. Like a lot of people, when they see someone on the back foot, or such, like for example Shakur Stevenson, they say that he's a runner in prize fighter and in real life. They say that he's a runner, but he's primarily a defensive fighter, and he has amazing use of the back foot mobility. People will also say that in here, maybe you could say that Luther is running. He's not running. He's using the back foot. He's fighting off of the back foot, making Romero come in, and he's using his ability for Romero's momentum coming in to counter him. Just like that. You see? Look at it. Look at it right here. Romero keeps coming in. Luther just keeps pulling him in. Romero just keeps following him like a mouse to cheese. Like it's just pulling him in, and people confuse that with being a runner, which is not.
Yeah, it just seems like Rolly's getting frustrated because of the back foot.
Nice
But most of the time, if someone doesn't know how to do the back foot, most of the time a back footer doesn't quite work out in short fights that mainly take place in the prelims. They mainly work out when it comes to stuff like the main card with 12 rounds.
But now with the inclusion of prelim headliners, you get a little bit of a taste of the main card with a 6-rounder here.
Ooh,
But Draco Luther, he just took like 4 punches to the face. That was.
Yeah, man.
He doesn't have good defense. If you take away his back foot, he doesn't really have good defense.
Yeah, he's just eating the punches.
In fact, I don't think I can recall it. This may be me being dehydrated, but I don't recall a single time that Draco Luther tried using his head movements.
Yeah.
Draco Luther has primarily been backing up, and you see Rolly is not really knowing how to solve it. He's trying to get close, and he just keeps on getting hit with the 1-2. And we see Luther has been spamming the 1-2 for this whole fight now.
Raleigh Romero tries to engage in infights, as he says, "Come to me." I don't believe that'll work out in the slightest, though.
Yeah, Draco is not gonna come in.
This may be the most boring fight on the prelims so far.
Well, just like you said, people consider Shakur to be boring, but this is just boxing, man.
Yeah, but for sometimes people like to root shitters, but they immediately start booing when someone's boring. Like, for example, Bilal Muhammad in the UFC.
Yes, it's absolutely
Not a bad fighter. Not a bad fighter at all. But just because he's boring and unentertaining, people boo him and start crying, start doing horrible things beyond my comprehension just because he's at the main events. Which could happen if Draco Luther is the main events at some points.
Yes, absolutely. People don't like boxing. They like fights. And that's one thing that you could definitely take away from everything that you just said, from UFC to boxing events. People like fights. They like to see people just swing wildly. People have knockdown, but when knockdowns don't occur as often as they want, that's when people go like, "Oh, this is boring. He's a runner." People, unless you're a true boxer and actually are active in the sport and do it yourself and have a true love for it, you will not see it with the eyes of someone who's actually in there doing what you're watching.
Has my internet gone out, or is Raleigh Romero tap dancing right now?
Rolly's moving a little bit, probably. And this fight is over. Draco Luther taking home the victory for tonight's event.
Wow!
Boom!
Wow.
Draco Luther boosting up his record. That loss 2 months ago, he is now back in action, and both prospects have lost now. That's not something that you see very often. Both prospects, very hyped up prospects, have had their fair share of losses up here in the ring. Raleigh Romero and Devin Haney have both lost. That fight may be diminished and is likely not to happen now, unless heavily into the future, but that's very disappointing to say the least. Well,
it has a bigger chance of happening now, even. Devin Haney versus Raleigh Romero. They're both losers, so like.
They are. So it's going to be exciting to see what they can both kind of pull off together. Maybe in a future bout with a lot more to prove and a lot more to come. Well, I want to thank everybody for coming out to the prelim segment of Rezone, only on Ring. This is an exclusive Ring event. What is this? I think this is the Ring 5. Am I correct? Because Shakur's event, I think, was the Ring 4. So, yes, this is the Ring 5, the Ring High Stakes. Next up, we have the main card segment. The main card will be including amazing fighters such as Zakeen Moses, Ashton Aldridge, Michael Graham, Eaton Steele, Khabib, Bones, Gene Tunney, and then, of course, our main event action, the undisputed heavyweight championship of the world. Mike Tyson rematching Joshua Sanchez, 12 rounds. We're going to be taking a quick intermission. We'll be switching over to the main card stream, excuse me, and we'll be back with more prize fighter action. Stay tuned, and we'll be back very shortly.